Ludwig van Beethoven, the man whose music never stopped, even when he couldn't hear. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to discuss the legend behind Beethoven and how he created music even after he went deaf. So if you are ready, then let's get started. Ludwig van Beethoven, the name echoes through time, synonymous with musical genius. Yet behind the iconic image of the composer sits a story of struggle, perseverance, and triumph over adversity. Beethoven was not just a composer, he was a revolutionary, a man who dared to break the mold and redefine the boundaries of music itself. His journey is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and the power of music to transcend even the most daunting challenges. Born in 1770 in Bonn, Germany, Beethoven's early life was marked by both privilege and tragedy. The son of a musician, he displayed extraordinary talent from an early age, composing his first piece at just 12. By 1787, he was performing in concerts across Europe, establishing a reputation as a virtuoso pianist and composer. However, his personal life was marred by his father's tyrannical behavior and his mother's early death. These hardships, though painful, would indelibly shape Beethoven's character, fostering in him a determination and resilience that would serve him well in the years to come. So did his music. Moving to Vienna, the heart of the musical world, he absorbed the influences of the classical era. Working with renowned composers such as Joseph Haydn and continuing his studies under the tutelage of the legendary opera singer Antonio Salieri. During this period, he composed some of his earliest significant works, including his first symphony and his first set of variations. His music showed promise, but it was during his late 20s that his true genius began to emerge.
However,
fate had a cruel twist in store for him. At the peak of his career, Beethoven began to lose his hearing. This was not a gradual decline. It was a sudden, dramatic event that robbed him of the very essence of his being. For a musician, the ability to hear is not just a gift, it's a necessity. And Beethoven's world, which revolved around music, was suddenly turned upside down. The irony of his situation was not lost on him. He, the composer who poured his soul into music, was being silenced. In his despair, Beethoven considered ending his life. But his indomitable spirit, forged in the fires of his early struggles, prevailed. He retreated to the countryside, seeking solace and grappling with his inner demons. During this period, he wrote the famous Heiligenstadt Testament, a letter to his brothers expressing his anguish and his thoughts about ending his life. In it, he poured out his heart, articulating the torment he endured as his hearing faded away. "Oh, how I have toiled with my art," he wrote. "How I've striven and sweated. Oh, how infinitely dear to me has been the applause of the public, the attention of the nobility, the friendship of the virtuoso. All this I'm to lose, yes all, and perhaps without ever having a successor." The Heiligenstadt Testament is a powerful testament to the depth of Beethoven's despair, but also to the strength of his will to live and to create. Slowly but surely, Beethoven began to compose again. But this time it was different. He was no longer writing music as a young, vibrant composer at the height of his powers. He was writing from the depths of his soul, from a place of profound darkness. This period marked a turning point in his career and in the history of music. Beethoven, in his struggle to overcome his deafness, had tapped into a new dimension of musical expression. He was no longer merely composing music, he was creating a new language, one that spoke directly to the heart of human emotion. His later works, such as Symphony No. 3, Eroica, and Symphony No. 6 Pastoral, were not just compositions. They were acts of defiance, a middle finger to the cruel hand of fate that had sought to silence him. They were filled with a passionate intensity that resonated with audiences like never before. Beethoven's music was no longer background ambience. It was a force to be reckoned with, capable of stirring the soul and shaking the listener to their core. But it was during this period that one of Beethoven's greatest and most moving works was born, the Symphony No. 9 Chorale. This symphony was not just a composition, it was a triumph, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. The Ninth Symphony is a vast, complex work, a sonic journey through the depths of human emotion. Its most famous movement is the fourth, the Ode to Joy, a celebration of life, love, and the brotherhood of man. The words Freudscheiner Gaterfunken, Erdhaban sich zu, Manam, Hersan, which translates to joy, beautiful spark of the gods' joy. Beautiful spark of the gods lifted up to my heart, are a call to unity, a celebration of the common bonds that unite us all. Yet despite this triumph, Beethoven's battle with deafness was far from over. As the years passed, his condition worsened, and he became completely deaf. But this did not stop him. Beethoven continued to compose, pushing the boundaries of music, exploring new sounds and harmonies. He was a pioneer of the Romantic era in music, a period known for its emphasis on emotion, individualism, and the subjective experience. His music broke away from the strictures of the classical era, embracing a more personal, expressive style. One of Beethoven's most famous pieces from this period is the Moonlight Sonata, a piano sonata that captures the essence of moonlight with its haunting, evocative melody. Despite the title, Beethoven himself never gave this sonata that title. Instead, he referred to it as quasi una fantasia, or like a fantasy. It was only much later that music critics and writers started calling it the Moonlight Sonata because of its dreamy, atmospheric quality reminiscent of moonlight. The piece is filled with a melancholic beauty that speaks to the depths of the human soul. Another iconic work from this period is Beethoven's Symphony No. 5. This symphony is instantly recognizable with its dramatic opening motif, da-da-da-da. Over the course of 4 movements, Beethoven builds a powerful, intense work that explores themes of struggle and triumph. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of hope in the face of adversity. Throughout his life, Beethoven was a champion of those who dared to be different, who challenged the norms of society. He was a man ahead of his time, a visionary who saw beyond the constraints of his era. His music was a reflection of this, breaking the mold and paving the way for future generations of musicians. He bridged the gap between the classical and romantic eras, leaving an indelible mark on music history. His works inspired countless musicians, composers, and conductors, shaping the very course of musical development. Today, Beethoven's music continues to be performed and loved around the world. His legacy lives on in the hearts of millions, reminding us of the power of music to transcend time, to touch the soul, and to unite people across cultures and generations. Beethoven was more than just a composer. He was a trailblazer, a revolutionary who dared to break the rules and push the boundaries of what was possible in music. He was a fighter who refused to give up in the face of adversity. He was a beacon of hope, showing the world that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can triumph. Beethoven was a legend, and his music continues to echo through the ages, inspiring, moving, and uniting us all. So next time you hear the iconic strains of Beethoven's music, take a moment to remember the man behind the music, the deaf composer who changed music forever. That's all for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed learning about the legend of Beethoven. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to never miss out on our latest videos. Until next time, stay tuned and keep rocking.